So I might have messed up big time, and the reason why I might have messed up is for a video that I made about 3 weeks ago. Now in that video I talked about why live series is extremely irrelevant, but my opinions have been changing lately, and I think that I might have actually been wrong. So at the very beginning I was so against live series collection, but now I've been thinking about it more and more, and it makes sense, and I think that everybody needs to end up doing it. And it actually has no reason to do with 99 Derek Jeter, Sammy Sosa, or Mark McGwire. I still think that these cards are all bad except for Sammy Sosa. But the reason why all of these affinities are important and why I've started completing some of these is the fact that there is a really big collection that is coming up that you guys have to be prepared for. Before we get in this video, make sure that you guys drop a like and a sub as we're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers, and let's get right into it. If you guys want cheap stubs, make sure you guys go to u4gm.com. What they will end up doing is all they do is you give them your ID, their password, they do it all for you, and then you just put in my coupon code for Brady to get 5% off your purchase. Link will be in the description below. So the big collection that nobody is talking about this year, the huge collection that no one's talking about, and this will be the biggest collection in MLB The Show. It's not a Legends and Flashbacks, although there might end up being one, but it is the core collection. Now right now you can see I'm only at 110 of 180, mainly because I haven't either done some of the free-to-play card grinds or I haven't finished live series, which is leading me to be down a ton of cards. And what I realized today is that 99 Corey Seager isn't the in-game core collection reward, that there's going to be a ton more like it. Every other set collection and every collection that has been in years past looks something like this, to where there will be a couple of milestones and then there will be a card, a couple of milestones, and then a card. So there's going to be a lot bigger cards in the game other than Corey Seager that end up coming. These cards are going to be just as good or even better than the Babe Ruth card, than the Chipper Jones card, than Pedro Martinez. There's still a ton of cards that we haven't seen in the game yet that are still waiting for their in-game GOAT 99. Mike Trout, Ken Griffey, George Brett, Joe Morgan. A lot of these guys who usually get pretty good cards haven't gotten a big card yet. Cal Ripken Jr. is one of these. His in-game card's not going to be this one. Cy Young Verlander cards, DeGrom cards, Zach Greinke cards. Like, there's a ton of cards that haven't come to the game yet and that could end up coming through the core collection. So for the sheer fact that you're gonna need all of these cards for the core collection, it might make sense to start doing live series. Now, do you have to get every single one of these? No. If you want to end up only getting one side of the division, then sure. But if you want to get another side, then okay. But you got to keep in mind that you're not going to have that many chances to ignore a lot of cards. Usually for these collections, if you're going to want to get all 3 of the cards, just like we did in set 1, and which we're going to be doing in set 2, you're usually going to be able to miss about 10 to 15 cards. And believe it or not, with some of the prices of the live series cards lately, it's starting to not get that horrible to go after these guys. Mike Trout's only 120K. Aaron Judge is someone I picked up pretty early. He's going for 160 as the most expensive of all of them. Shohei Ohtani is still relatively the same price, but for the most part, a lot of these guys are going down in value. And the reason why they're going down in value is either they've been downgraded or there's a bunch of other diamonds in the game now that have been more expensive. Luckily, the 85s are only 3,500 this year. There's no minimum 5,000, which, believe it or not, will save us a ton of stubs. But there's a lot of guys on the come-ups that are 87s, that are 89s, that aren't that bad. Like, Garrett Cole was at 89, 90, that was going for about 70,000 stubs beginning of the year. And now he's all the way down to 8K. There's not a better time in the game so far to do live series collection than now. And so since it's gotten a lot better, my opinion on it has changed, because for the investment for the cards, it's probably going to end up being cheaper to get 99 Jeter and all of these collections done than it's going to be going after some of these 500K Battle Royale cards that are going to be needed for the collection, especially now that it's a non-sellable BR card. I mean, Justin Verlander is going for 220K. because he's a set 2 card that is non-sellable through the program. I had to grind this card to end up on the squad. But it means all of these BR cards and all of the cards that we're seeing in the incognito program and around the marketplace are going to be guys that we're going to have to go after really soon. Start preparing for these guys as no money spent players really early, including now. And so some of that might be obviously finishing the set collections, but making sure that you have your core grinds done, like the monthly awards cards, like some of the other guys that you can get throughout the programs. And it's all gonna add up to where it might be smart to end up getting these core collections done now with Jeter and some of these dudes that I was originally really against because it was so expensive, but it's gotten not that bad, and for what you're getting out of it, it actually makes a lot of sense now. I still stand by that at the time it was a horrible idea to go after those core collections. But just with how the market's been and how some of the cards are going to play out, and you can see how some of these programs are going to start to play out later in the year, you're going to want to get it done. I'm not saying you have to get it done now, but I'm starting to look at it and I'm putting stubs towards it. That's why my stub count is really low. It'll help me get guys like Corey Seager and some of these other dudes that we're going to want eventually that are in-game meta cards that will just have to be in your lineup. But if this video ended up helping you guys out and you agree with me, make sure that you guys drop a like and a sub as we're getting really close to 10K subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day and peace.